Alright, I ain't got shit to do, so I am gonna try and talk about the one time that I did shrooms with my friends, Bryce and Michael, and it was one of the most awful experiences I've ever encountered in my life. And that ain't saying much, because that's pretty much all I've ever encountered is just awful moments. I honestly don't even, recall a time in my life, that was actually happy. It was always, it's, no matter what, even when it tries to be fun, it's always bullshit anyway, just like this story. Even when life tries to be good and, remote, even just a fraction of good and fun and happy, it always turns out shit and still, no matter what, just horrific as fuck. Let me begin. Okay, first of all, I don't remember how old I was. I think I was 20, I don't even know. It was I guess 22 or something like that, because I couldn't have been 23 or 24. Or yes, I was. I think I was 25 or 24 or some shit. But anyway, I'm back in the civilization world, after I tried to join the fucking Marines, even though that shit was fucking fake bunch of garbage too. But anyways, in it all, I've been hanging out with my friends again lately because, that's all you have left anyway, is your friends and, friendship that you thought was real anyway, because most of them aren't, even including that shit, because Michael's dead now. But anyway, I call up Bryce one night, and, because I just like hanging out with him, on the usual. We'd always just chill, hang out on the weekends and shit. So, and plus we were always best friends during high school, and all my memories were with this kid, you know what I mean? But none of that shit really matters anymore, because they're all gone. But trying to find a fucking quiet place to record this, I really can't, because you just fucking, there's shit everywhere, you can't even fucking hear yourself think. But anyway, I call him up one Friday night, I believe it was. I can't really remember that either, but I call him up. I'm like, yo, dude, you want to just chill out? We usually just get drunk and hang in his grandma's basement. That's what we used to do. But I think that's what we did. I ended up going to his house, and we're just chilling there, and we're bored as shit, and just usual shit going on. And he decides to get Michael too, and we went and we got Michael to come hang out with us, and shit was great. It was good old times, good times that I remember, just us three chilling, and fuck the world shit anyway. But we're just chilling, and he gets the idea that he's like, I know a guy that can get us shrooms, can get us magic mushrooms. And I'm like, bullshit, because I was excited, because I ain't never tried those before. And he's like, no, I swear to God. He's like, Cody can get it for us, our old friend Cody. And I was like, oh, you're full of shit. And he's like, nah, bro, bet. And then so we drive to Cody's house, right? And I guess he ain't playing, bro. Bro had his own shrooms that he cultivated himself. And I'm like, damn, bro. And I ask how much they are, and it ain't even that much money for these things, bro. It was I think I gave him a couple 100 or 200 something cheap, bro. Compared to everything else, a daily week of drinking is fucking more than that. Actually, one day of drinking is more than that. That's just $40 a pop for if you're drinking every day, just beer, just a case of beer and a pack of cigarettes, bro. It's fucking $40 something is ridiculous. But this shit was nowhere near that. And you even it gives you such a release too. I'm gonna get in on that, but it's supposed to anyway. This story's kind of fucked up. it did in a way for me. Like, okay, anyways, I'm getting off track. We got the shrooms, right? And so we head back to his house and we're all fucking amped. We're like in the car, like psyched out, like excited as shit because we're about to fucking try shrooms. I mean, I'm sure they already did, but I've never tried it before, so I'm really amped and like excited because this shit is fucking crazy, you know? And like, I'm fucking stoked as hell. And like, we finally pull up in his shitty ass fucking driveway, and we go in his shitty ass house or whatnot. Like, it wasn't too shitty, but like, you know, you can tell it's not like, it's pretty shitty, you know. But anyway, we get in his basement, or we get in his house, and okay, we eat the shroom, right? It's just like a weird looking penis envy mushroom, like, and we just eat it, and they give me the biggest one, seeing how I paid for it or whatever, like, and boy, did you fucking pay for it, you know what I mean? Because, like, you know, I eat it, and I'm like, it tastes funky, and, like, it tastes, like, dry, and, like, makes your lips, like, you know, stick to your mouth and shit, and you're like, well, that tasted like shit, and you're like, I wonder when it starts working, and, like, I swear to God, like, not even 10 minutes after that, I'm like, oh my God, guys, I'm like, I'm starting to feel funky. I'm starting to feel it, you know what I mean? And like, they start laughing because apparently, I guess they already know what it feels like. And I'm like, damn. And then it hits me and I'm like, holy shit, I do feel funky. And I'm like looking at my hands and shit, and I'm like seeing colors and everything's like going in slow motion, and I'm like, holy shit. Like, and then when you talk, it like echoes, and I'm like, holy shit, you know, I'm like, I'm feeling it for real. And like, they're laughing, and we're in the basement or in his car garage, right? And I'm like, I want to play a song. And like, this song that I made is echoing in his car garage, and like, I'm hearing it and I'm listening to it in like fucking 4D or 3D or whatever, like outside of my body, bro. And I'm like, damn, this is weird. I'm like, I made this shit, like this stupid ass song or whatever, but it sounded cool at the moment because like, you're tripping and all the like, you're hearing echoes and shit, and it all sounds different. And like, I kind of worked hard on that song, but not really, you know, but it's just like the idea of it anyways. And like, it's like echoing and shit. And I'm like, that's weird, you know? And so we go outside, and I swear to God, I look up and I'm looking at the stars, and I'm like, holy shit, you know, like the world's like swooshing and shit, and like you're seeing all the colors and stuff, like, of like the out, like, of space and shit, and like the stars like are making like colors and shit. And I'm like, you guys seeing that stuff? And they're like laughing their ass off, and he's like, you know, come on, let's go on an adventure, like on foot or whatever. And I'm like, dude, I don't think that's a good idea. And I think it was like Christmas time, actually, yeah, because they were having like these light shows down the road, and you could see them. You could, like, they had like these Christmas light shows, I forget where it was, all at like the drag strip, and you could see like all the lights from like kind of far away where we were at. And I was like, holy shit, yeah, that looks cool as shit right now. And so we start walking on this adventure, and we're laughing our asses off, and fucking Michael's walking fast as shit. He's always quick as shit, and like, he's walking hella fast, like he's way over there. And like, we can't even fucking hear him, he's going so quick. And like, we're like, Michael, where are you? And he's like, dude, he's like, like, we hear his faint echo, like, I'm over here. And like, bro's already, I think, at the fucking lights of the place, but I don't know where exactly he is. And we keep walking anyway, and like, at least like Bryce kind of stuck by my side, because I'm like, holy fuck, you know, like, I'm actually tripping balls, like seeing it colors and walking, like doing exercise and movement is like fucking with my head, because like it like fucks with your vertigo, and you're just like completely like toasted, dude. Like, it feels good, like, in the colors and everything. Like, bro, I would definitely choose shrooms over every other drug that there is, even over weed. But like, anyway, we're doing that shit, right? And we're walking around, and like, man, I'm fucking tripping balls, and I asked him, I'm like, are you tripping balls, bro? Because this shit is, like, fucking wild. And he's like, yeah, dude, I'm feeling it too. And, like, eventually, like, somewhere in the woods, like, you know, I lost his ass. And, like, I'm like, I start screaming for them guys, and, like, I'm trying to follow the lights or whatever to the light show at the, like, I don't know what we thought we were gonna do, just pull up at, like, the light show and, like, start exploring like everyone else. Like, I'm like, no way, you have to pay for that shit at the gate or whatever. But who knows, right? Anyway, but I lost them, eventually lost wherever the hell they were. And, like, I'm, like, kind of freaking out because I'm wondering where the hell they went. I have no idea. And so I'm all by myself at this point. I'm like, damn, I am really fucking gone. I'm, like, tripping shit. And like, I start thinking about life and, like, how funny everything is. Like, you know, you always find yourself, like, alone no matter, like, how many trips you have. Like, whether it be just alcohol or, like, you know, no matter what it is. Like, I've always found myself just ending up being alone even around people. And that's what I was thinking to myself. And I'm like, damn, that's kind of shitty. But at the same time, I was like, I gotta find out where the fuck I am or where this light show's at. And I swear to God, I keep, like, walking, and I'm, like, in a cornfield, and I'm just fucking walking. And I find, like, this dude's, like, farm, and this guy's, like, house or whatever. And I walk up to his house, right? And I'm like, fuck, I don't even know where the fuck I am at this point. So I knock on the dude's fucking door, and I'm like, I know it was probably late or whatever, but I'm like, maybe someone will help me out and, like, guide me back to the main road so I can, like, make my way back home or some shit. And I knock on this fucking guy's door, and a woman answers, actually, and she's got these, like, fucking pit bulls and these dogs and shit, and they're barking. And I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, hey, you don't, like, know the way to the main roads, right? And I'm like, because this is the only house that was around. And she just, like, gave me this odd stare and was like, yeah, hold on, all right, hold on, yeah, I'll tell you in a second. And then she closed the door, and I'm like, all right, cool. So I wait there, and I'm just waiting for her to, like, come back and, like, give me a direction. I swear I was only waiting like 3 minutes, and this dude, this fucking bald head motherfucker, this egghead dude, busts open the fucking door with a fucking 12 gauge fucking pointed at my head, guys. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, whoa. Like, I'm like, my fucking penis just, like, sucked back into my fucking balls. Like, I'm scared as shit, right? Or something, because I don't know what the fuck's going on. I'm like, wait a minute. I was like, hey. I was just asking her for directions on how to get to the main road. I'm like, I thought she said she would help me. And he's like, you best get the fuck off my property right the fuck now. And I'm like, yes sir. I'm like, yeah, no problem, dude. I'm like, please just don't fucking shoot me, man. And, like, I'm like, you know, I tried to explain to him that she said she would help me, like, where, like, give me directions or something where the fucking road's at, because, like, I have no idea, mind you. And, like, I think my phone died, or I didn't even think about my phone at the moment. I was just like, maybe these people will help me where the fucking road's at. But, you know, nobody is fucking kind around here, guys. It is horrible. It's like, it literally is. Every day I notice it. It's like every man for yourself, no matter what the fuck it is, bro. Like, you can't have a brother in this bitch. You just can't. Even if you do, it's like, it's not how shit works. But anyway, I'm like, fuck, okay. I'm like, yes, sir. I'm like, just don't shoot me, bro. And he's like, now leave. And I'm like, all right. And so I start running, bro. Like, kind of, like, and at that point, like, I don't even think, like, I was fucked up anymore. I just, like, fucking scared out of my mind. Like, that shit killed the fucking vibe real quick. I was like, oh shit, you know? And, I'm like just walking down the road, and I'm like, all right, fine, fuck it. And it feels like forever, like a million miles, but I'm probably only going, like, you know, maybe a mile. Like, I don't know. But, like,
I'm usually quick as shit, so I must have been going like a couple miles. And have you know it, like, here comes the police, the Licking County Sheriff's Department, or one of the Sheriff's Department, I don't know, they all kind of look the same now, but, or something. No, it was definitely Licking County or some sorts, because they had the all black all black ones, and the like shitty orange on the side or whatever. But anyway, he comes up to me, he's like, you know where you're going? And I'm like, yeah, I'm just walking down the road. I'm like, yeah, I know where I'm going. And he's like, did you just come from this guy's house? Like, did you just come from this guy's house asking directions or something? And I'm like, yeah. I mean, I couldn't lie to him at that point. I'm like, yeah, I did. And I'm like, I wasn't going to lie anyway. You know, what's the fucking point in that? You know, that's their job, isn't it? But anyway, I fucking I do this shit, and I walk down the fucking, or I tell him about it, and as I'm walking down the road, and he's like, all right, bud, he's like, well, we needed to go back and confrontate that man. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, why? I start asking him why. I'm like, what? I didn't do anything. I'm like, I was just asking for directions. He's like, yeah, I know. But anyways, he like puts me in his fucking cruiser, as they always do. They never like read you your rights or do anything, bro. They just stick you right in the fucking car. And anyways, he didn't cuff me or anything this time or anything like that. But anyway, like, we're in the car and we go back to this fucking guy's house, and he's like trying to explain to me, the guy's out there with his shotgun too, and he's like trying to explain to me what happened. I'm like, I told you what happened. I was like, I was asking directions, and that girl answered the door, and then he fucking came out with a fucking shotgun and told me to leave, so that's what I did. And the cop's like, all right. And then he went and talked to him for a few minutes, and I'm in the back of the cruiser, and I'm hearing like the beeps and buzzes of their computer and shit, and I'm like, you know, it's kind of scary. I'm like, I don't deserve this. All I was doing was asking directions, and like, this is kind of harsh fucking, I couldn't get over the fact of why he made me go back to the guy's fucking house. And I'm like, when I obeyed the man and just started walking down the road, but I have no idea, guys. And it was like, I'm kind of freaking out. I'm like, I didn't do anything wrong. And he come back, and I was like, I didn't do anything wrong, right? He's like, no. You know how they act. They're like a bunch of old farts that act weird. And I was like, he's like, no, you didn't do anything wrong. And he's like, but he's like, have you had anything to drink tonight? And I'm like, no, I didn't do anything. And, you know, I didn't tell him about the buzz of the mushrooms, because that shit wore the fuck off at that point. And I'm like, they have no way of detecting that shit anyway. So I was like, straight up like, no, I'm good, you know. And he's like, all right, but you're gonna have to like get checked out at the hospital. I'm like, you don't have to do any of that. And he's like, no, I have to, or whatever. And I'm like, what the fuck ever, bro. And so I go to this hospital, right? And they asked me the same bullshit. They're like, you have anything to drink? And I'm like, no. And then they tried to like stick me with IVs and shit, and I'm like, hey, wait a minute, I'm fucking out of here. I didn't do anything wrong. And I'm like, you ain't like fucking sticking needles and shit in me. I'm fucking fine, you know what I mean? So I like straight up walked out of there. I was like, bro, what the fuck? They have no right to do that shit to me. So I just left. And I'm like, what the fuck ever, dude? You know, like, so I just left, and I knew what hospital I was at. I was at the whatever fuck it was. I don't even know which one it was, but I just left. And I'm like, all right, fine, I'll just fucking walk home from here, you know. And you know, I'll never forget that night, bro. Like, that was like the shittiest shit ever. And then when I made it home, I couldn't help but to figure out what happened to my other two friends. I'm like, well, what the fuck, you know? So I drove back to his house, or I think I walked back to his house. I can't remember. Yeah, I think I walked back to his house, because I remember the sun was coming up. And I'm like, what the hell, man? And he was home, and I'm like, dude, I'm like, I just got back from the fucking hospital, because this fucking guy like pulled a gun out on me and shit. And I'm like, this was the fucking worst experience ever. I'm like, we could have had fun or something. Like, definitely regret trying to go to the Christmas light show, because fuck Christmas, that shit ain't real either. Christianity is a fucking bunch of pagan bullshit and should be fucking abolished in my eyes. But anyway, they had me fucking, I was asking them, like, bro, we could have had fun and did some other shit, like listen to music and like play video games or something, but I'm like, that turned out to be an absolute fucking nightmare. I'm like, I had a gun fucking pointed at my head. Like, it really ain't no big deal compared to like all the fucking bullshit I've been through, like, but still, I'm like, a fucking gun to my head ain't no light bullshit, and I was like, he didn't even really give a fuck, he's like, well, he kind of laughed, and he's like, well, no biggie, at least we're not in trouble, and I was like, well, true. I'm like, but I ain't doing this shit again. And then get this, guys, I think I did it once more with them again, because he's the one who was always getting those things, and like, I don't know, like, it's just funny how like bad drugs and alcohol and all that shit just affects your life. Like, situations like that, like, next thing you know, you're having fun, and then next thing you know, you could have a fucking gun pointed at your head. Or get this, one time I remember he was like, he wasn't fucked up on shrooms or anything, which is like definitely a nicer high than alcohol, but he was fucked up on alcohol, and I swear to God, guys, he beat the shit out of his dad, because like, I don't even know why. I guess because like he was never there for him, but he beat the shit out of his fucking dad, dude. And I swear to God, man, this guy looked like a fucking alien after he was done, bro. Like, his face was, he hit him so many times, like, so quickly, his face looked like a fucking alien, bro. And like, I kind of laughed at it because it reminded me, like, all the times that, like, my dad's always trying to fight me too, and like, I don't even do nothing but try and help these people, and they're always trying to kick my ass and like fucking kill me and shit. I'm like, what the fuck, like, ever since I was fucking a kid, they just been trying to fucking murder my ass. And I'm like, are you guys supposed to like help us through life, not just fucking murder us? But I have no idea, it's just the experiences I've been through. And like, it really makes me wonder, like, especially Halloween coming up, like, people nowadays, like, they don't even realize that shit going on, and like, they're so oblivious, bro, and like, it's pretty bad. But I guess that's just a thing of getting old. I feel like a fucking war vet, like, the shit I've been through. And like, I don't know, like, on the job, my dad always trying to fight me. Like, one time, like, I'm sitting here like for hours picking ice at this fucking basement, and like, I don't know why he came down there, but like, he was fucking pissed as shit, and like, all I ever do is fucking try and help these fucking people, man. And then they, like, at the last moment after I help them, that's when they kick me to the curb every time. I never understand it. But anyway, that happened, and man, I felt bad for his dad, actually, because he really fucking fucked him up, and I'm like, damn, like, that would suck, but my dad always trying to fuck me up too. But I'm like, I'm done taking people's shit, bro. Like, if you want to fucking kill me, then do it at this point, because I am fucking beyond dead. I'm so tired of like waking up, guys, every day. I feel fucking just, my life fucking is gone and deprived, and I've tried committing suicide once or twice, like, it with pills and fucking drugs and shit, and I'm just like, I'm tired of it, bro. Like, it ain't no point. I don't get nothing out of working. I've worked all these years for all these criminal, creepy, fucking, probably sexually child molesting fucking weirdos, and you get nothing out of it, bro. You barely get paid, and that's under the table to boot. You don't get an actual job with actual credentials like everyone else. It's fucking just wicked, fucking stupid garbage shit. And you do so much and get so little, it's just not worth it. But, and then plus they try and kick your ass at the same time when you're trying to help these people, and it's fucking ridiculous. Like, well, I mean, remember one time, like, my dad, like, he got a hold of me one time and like sat on me. I'm like, because he knows, like, he won't fucking come in distance to me. He won't like fist fight me, but he'll just like try and tackle me to the ground and sit on me or some shit, because he's fat as shit. And I'm like, oh man, fat people fucking suck, bro. They're all weird as fucking fat. It just doesn't make sense to me, because I'm like, I hate being fucking lazy and shit. Like, when I don't run, guys, when I don't go, like, and do a regular jog, I don't even feel myself. Like, if, like, you know, you have to, like, just one. And I would like to do 2 a day, but, like, if I barely get one, like, 8-mile run, I feel like it's just not enough, and my day's shot anyways. Like, I'll wake up at 8 and I'll go running, and sure, like, I don't always run because, like, I'll be exhausted and I'll stretch for a few minutes, and then I'll, like, try and, like, fucking run back, but it's so exhausting to do that shit too. Probably got, like, fucking a million or more miles just in, like, an 8-mile distance from the amount of times that I've gone back and forth just trying to get exercise. And it doesn't make sense because, like, there's no fucking point. Like, everyone's just fat and disgusting, and they don't care if you're healthy or if they don't even care what you want as long as you make them money. Like, it's so sickening. Like, all I want to do, fuck money. I just want to be happy and healthy, and no one even ever cares about that. Not even my friends. And I just never understood that. Like, they're always like, oh, come on, bro, let's go and get drunk, bro. Let's go to the bar, bro. And I'm like, fuck all that, bro. It just, you end up, like, the last wreck I've been in, I fucking went to the bar and fucking smashed my friend's fucking face in the fucking dashboard because I went to reach my phone for a second, you know what I mean? Like, none of that shit is worth it at all. And, like, they all act like it is, and, like, it's so not. Like, it just makes you want to kill yourself even more, especially after it goes away. Then you're just like, why the fuck do I even do that? Why did you guys make me do any of that? You know, peer pressure is a son of a bitch. And it fucking, like, it never ends either. Like, it's funny because, like, I'm almost fucking 30, guys, and peer pressure is still a thing every day, daily. There's fucking someone, like, hounding at my ass, like, just being weird about shit. No one's normal. No one's normal. No one wants to, like, be healthy and, like, happy or any of that shit. They just rather fucking suffer and watch you suffer, bring them down to their fucking level. And I'm like, you know, you can just see it. Like, these people and their fucking 9 different families and, like, their weird-ass fucking families and their rituals and shit. And I'm just like, dude, I don't want no part of that. But it seems like that's all there is, you know? I don't know. I'm like, I'm running out of time. It's almost the fucking 30-minute mark. Damn. But, you know, just these stories, bro. And I'm, like, so sick of it. Like, the peer pressure and, like, every day just fighting for nothing. And I don't know, like, and back to the Shroom Trip. Like, tripping or doing all that shit should make you happy. But it doesn't, guys. It just fucking ruins you. Like, at least it does me anyway. Like, I can't be near any of that shit unless I'm by myself, I imagine. Because, like, it don't do anything, bro. Unless you are with people that, like, know how to do it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like music and everything. It's kind of like society in general. Like, you could only be around people who know what they're doing. Because if they don't, then you know where you stand in life. You know what I mean? You don't have shit. And you can't achieve shit either after a certain point in life. Like, I realized that after 25, after my prefrontal cortex opened up, I realized, like, I am fucked, guys. I've had visions of it forever. I'm like, I'm always screwed, and I'm always poor, and I always do the most. You know what I mean? We always try the hardest and don't have anything, and I'm about fucking sick of that shit, guys. I don't know how, like, it's getting unbearable. I don't know if I can do, like, even another couple more years of this shit, or even, like, every day I wonder. Fuck a couple years. Every single day I wonder the same thing every day. But it just sucks, you know, especially wondering the same thing every day. And I guess the moral of the story is, if you're gonna trip and do shrooms, at least enjoy that shit in, like, a secluded environment. Oh, and I'm just saying, like, here's something funny that I thought of, like, with the, like, a couple years ago at Lost Lands, somebody needed, directions, and so I brought them to my house and I gave them directions, no problem. All nice interactions, you know? I was just being nice about it. But some shit like that'll happen around here, though, because that's how people are around here. I'm like, you know, I'll be all nice about it. Sure, I'll let you use my Wi-Fi to get directions. Sure thing, friend. But when you call other people friend, they'll stick a fucking 12 gauge in your face.